Hi Virgo. Happiest now. Happy birthday if it's your birthday. So nice to have you here, Virgo. Thank you. Okay, if you are new, welcome to the space. Did we say that? Welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. Welcome back. Okay, Virgo. I'm going to try to be a little bit more efficient this month. Maybe this is just energy for everybody, like kind of fine-tuning some things. Keeping track of time, perhaps, how much time you spend on things. Another message that came is, I feel like you want to, like, say before you do your laundry, make sure you check your pockets, or if you have, like, a cigarette pack, or you take, say you take, I don't know, you're gonna throw something away. It's like, before you, well, double check something before you disregard it. Maybe this is sort of like, instead of being like, okay, this trash, you're like, this goes in recycling. There's a difference between recycling and trash, right? Right, Virgo? Because I heard you don't want to throw away anything, throw away something that's good. And I feel like it really wouldn't be that big a deal if you did accidentally do this. But just double check there. I don't know why. You know, like, for instance, you're going to vacuum out your, I keep seeing these examples, like you're going to vacuum out your car. It's like, look before you just put the vacuum in there, because maybe you'll suck up a 20 and you don't even know. You know what I mean? You'd be like, oh, there's that earring, or I heard there's that half a joint. whatever. Virgo. Okay, so. Ooh. Is it, hold on. So you can do without certain tools, right? If you catch it, if you catch something in time. So your oracle card for this time is Liberty, which is an awesome word. It's the number 2. I actually connect this to your card in the tarot. Let's see what Liberty has to say. It's about choices, confidence, letting go, and self-determination. The decision choices part is very helpful for this present moment. Says this card stands for the freedom you have to choose your own way in this life. This aligns up with justice too, which I love, right? This is about independent choice. It says, don't let others decide for you. Like what's healthy for you or not. Do you know what I mean? It says you have the power to liberate yourself from both external and internal cages. Amen. Many of the obstacles one faces, one creates in themselves. Once we realize we've created them, we have the power to release them. And I actually keep saying the word health. So remember that first and foremost, a good mental attitude, like a good mindset about something, and a healthy diet are the foundation to making good choices too, right? Because you're going to feel better. Maybe some of you could also change something in ways of your health routine. Like maybe you decide to, I heard, work on your posture, or you decide I heard to change some sort of regimen, or maybe it's even realizing like how between the time that you say go to bed, like when you go to bed, and do you eat close to that time, maybe you're starting to I don't know, I heard put something together here. Okay. So why you showed up, what you need, what you want to know, I guess, has to do with justice. So this is, maybe Libra could give you a message, literally. I also see, let's see the energy of that. Well, I guess this re-emphasizes you have you have liberty in your choice, right? And every choice either has like a fun, you know, reaction to it, or it has like a difficult consequence. And of course there is a variance upon this scale. If you've been making like being a good, if you've been being a good friend, if you have been I heard kind of tempering maybe your want to help where it's not asked for, right? Like still loving people, of course, still, but also respecting other people's choices. Do you know what I mean? Because we've said this before. If somebody comes to you and it's like, Virgo, I really would like your advice, you will give probably some of the best advice. Yes, Ace of Pentacles, Five of Swords, and how to get to the Ten of Cups. Yes, you know what's risky, you know what's correct. It's kind of easy for you, right? I mean, for yourself, I feel like you're a little hard on yourself sometimes. Or maybe for some of you, that's a little hard for you to do. I heard to keep up with your practice at times. So what are some decisions that you... well, I guess I heard, try not to be... What do I see? When you're aware of your own independent choice, right? This sovereignty, this free will, then you will never feel forced in a decision because you know where you stand. Do you know what I mean? And no decision should ever be made too quickly about anything because therefore it would be out of fear. Let's see what's necessary for you. Three of Fire. What you need and what you want. Okay, so you're actually, if you've been putting your necessities, your what is necessary to do, this includes practical, like paperwork, like keeping up with communication, right? Being good with keeping up with your relationships, and you know, tapping in there, even though I heard you need your alone time, but you are participating with that, right? You're making good conscious decisions that also you care. Like for instance, if you're rolling in karma in here and you're like, I really do want to do a good job. I want to make the right decision. But not because it's just like what you want as an individual, but it's like something where it's like, I want to do the right thing. I heard, please help guide me to do the right thing. I heard, what do you want me to do? But this is not asking necessarily, I don't feel like, another person exactly. Because you have to pick as a sovereign being what your choices need to be sovereign, I guess is the point. There is just the most beautiful, gentle breeze. And I guess choices are meant to be made gently, right? So I actually feel like you've been doing a good job here. Like you've been thinking ahead, especially if you've been thinking ahead before you choose anything. taken some space and time before what have you, right? Really taking the knowledge that you have and applying it in a wisdom sense and be like, all right, I want to make sure I'm doing the right thing. What this does is actually, it has something to do with Mercury and Leo. What are we talking about? This is your want. So what we're talking about is, well, I heard we're talking about love. Again, good. Talking about love. Speaking from the heart, right? You had this old reading. Actually, you're Liberty. I just want to write that down. Liberty. You had this old reading called The Mouth Speaks What the Heart Knows. I'll link it. So just remember that for yourself and for others. The Magician just flew up on this Two of Fire, and it reminds me of this, what this said. Don't let others decide for you. You have to choose your own way in this life. Because really, I guess that's something, I guess this reading is so much about choice. It's like, for instance, no one is actually ever forced. Well, let's put it this way. The majority of the time, no one is forced to do something. No one is forced to pay taxes. No one is forced to join the army. It doesn't matter what another human tells you. We all, once conscious and aware, have the opportunity and ability to choose. And it is wise to think ahead, think 3 steps ahead. If I say yes to this, what could this possibly bring me? And the cool thing is if you're, I feel like there's such a beautiful future focus, and I feel like you're also going towards, it's like you're kind of weaving a new tapestry. Let's see what the advice is. Wow. The Love card and the 9 of Pentacles. This is what we talked about last month. It's like you can have, for instance, maybe you're opening up your perspective of what love is. This conversation in your heart. And I'm so glad that we've been having this conversation for like this conversation keeps coming. Do you know what I mean? Like the last 3 months or so, we've been talking distinctly about love and relationships. And right, last month we talked about the pool. How deep are your emotional, physical relationships? You know, and maybe you're deepening that a little bit, or like I heard getting your knees wet. I heard no need to, dive head first into the deep end. But taking that perspective, like looking at that a little deeper, it's really beautiful. I feel like you are loving your own independence at this time. I also see that other people also admire your independence and your beauty, whether you're male or female. Males to me can also be beautiful, of course. Full of beauty, right? Handsome. So I actually see you, I feel like you generally do, I heard whether you realize it or not, even when you're like being really loose, like say you just have like a t-shirt and like a pair of jeans on, or something, like a pair, just basic like slacks and a shirt and shoes. It's like even when you don't think about it, like there's something that you're putting together there. And so I see be yourself, right? feel good about where you're at. Love where you're at. The opportunities you have right now, especially the faith, because love lives in our, like, love and faith, I feel like, live deeply in our hearts, right? And for one to love themselves, well, this helps the world. Yes, it does. For a fire, it helps your family. And you know what? I feel like, what's that one? Well, I guess in ways of the future, how are you imagining, or what kind of choices could you make now? I heard that could be a little bit more free, right? Again, so you have more, there's like more doors that are open this way. I heard when you're making conscientious decisions, realizing that even though you have your own I heard highly independent and peculiar, that you're also realizing that this sovereignty, it helps the whole, you know, but also realizing that it's not, you can't, because you can't satisfy everybody. So again, I see in the future, if you're not married, would you like to be married? How do you feel about a committed relationship? If you are married or in a relationship, which I guess everybody is in one, but say particularly you're not involved with someone right now romantically, what have you. It's like, okay, well, what do you think about that in the future? What's the old relationship that you are purifying? What was the lessons of, I heard, what was the lessons of the past? I also feel like tidying your home, happy equinox, by the way, tidying your home, Empress, absolutely. Making home a little bit more comfortable. We also talked about choices, meaning you must let go, right, to be able to have. Cancer's reading also talked a lot about this. If maybe you want to go there. And Taurus too. That's here, but Cancer's reading seems stronger right now. So again, we're talking about feelings and family and home and comfort, and I heard gatherings and things like this. You know, for instance, say you do live alone. Can you picture yourself living with other people? If you live with a bunch of people right now, for instance, I see, can you see yourself living alone? Not that you'd necessarily want to, but how do you feel about that? And I see also, if you do live with other people, or if you're just thinking about it, it's like, remember you need your own separate space. Yes, High Priestess. You need your own separate space. You need your own little prayer space. You need a place like, I heard you need a lock on the bathroom door if you live with other people, like you like a place that is quiet. Maybe you need, I heard, your own treehouse. But I heard it's more mature than that. It's just like you need that quiet space. Where is that in your home? I would also say for some of you, your vehicle could need some sort of, I don't know, maybe you need to clean your car. Again, I saw that vacuum underneath, so make sure you look before you suck. Like, look before, well, I guess this goes back into choice, right? You want to take a gander, you want to contemplate, you want to kind of feel into some space, right? Put your hand under there, like, what's in there? Do you feel anything? No? Okay, good. I heard, okay, good to go. Then you can just, you know, I heard put it in the trash. Like, put it in the dumpster. Right? And the cool thing is I guess also maybe some cleaning and clearing could be helpful. So that you can have some space to grow. I also see this as really beautiful for your stability, and even financially. That's also another thing to love and appreciate, is the comfort that you have. I also see whose home is inspiring to you. Like when you go in, maybe you like their decorating, or you like the feel, like, how's that feeling in your house? Whose space do you admire? And I see what feels good to you. And where are some new spaces that you can really just kind of think about, where you're like, okay, I heard I'm happy where I am, but how and what can I do? There's a gentle breeze again. How and what can I do to ensure that I'm fulfilling, well, I heard my destiny. Ace of Fire, Judgment. Virgo, you can have it all if you want to. And you're allowed to have high expectations. But remember, you have to take down, yes, Capricorn, yes, Leo, Capricorn, axis, yes. You have to let down some walls in your heart to be able to have that true intimacy that you desire, right? Scorpio is a sextile to you, where you actually can, the people involved can lean upon each other. And I heard not just in a yucky way. Do you know what I mean? It's like a pure way. And there's a lot of honesty is intimacy, right? Really. Really. Veramente. Okay. I love you, Virgo. Yes, I do. I love you, Virgo. I love you, Virgo. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the work that you've been doing in yourself. Thank you for being conscientious in your choices, respecting yourselves and others' decisions, whatever they may be, right? It's still all supposed to be love regardless. It is a pleasure connecting with you. Thank you. I've been saying it all month, but so I guess if you heard it before, here we go again. It feels, I got to tell all the signs, because what if you're just going to one? You know, your participation here, like the comments are truly so kind and loving, and, you know, honestly, a lot of times it's like I'll have such a deep feeling of love that I really don't know what else to say besides I'm so happy to be of service, you know. Because it does. It feels so good to connect. And I really do appreciate all of you so much. Because to me, I know that it's making a big difference. You know, each of you here, you know, no one forced you, for instance, to be like, watch this. And if they did, you probably wouldn't listen anyway. You know what I mean? It would be blocked because you didn't actually want it. But when you want to learn more and you want to heal, or you want to, you know, expand that love in yourself, or whatever you're trying to achieve, that's I heard bringing you to your brightest and lightest self, then congratulations. You know, that self-motivation to do that is very much admired, and I thank you so much. Thank you for listening. Thank you for growing. Speaking of growing and listening too, if you have also, if we've ever worked together personally, thank you. It's such a experiment in trust, you know. Thank you for that. And I do hope that maybe since I mentioned that way, if you ever had a reading for me, maybe it would be a nice time to touch in on those notes. Also Patreon, Garden and Growth. Thank you. There's some really beautiful plants over there too. Yeah, and if you'd like to check it out, please feel free. There's the link in the box below. I also feel like even if I don't say these things, people find them. But my sister did tell me once, actually my mom told me too, they're both like, you should tell people. And I'm like, but I don't know. I kind of feel like if things are supposed to happen, then they will. But I guess having, like, putting forth intention sometimes obviously makes a difference, right? And of course that intention makes a big difference. And thank you for being the bright light that you are. Thank you for being brave. I know you've been through a lot. You've overcome a lot. And yep, keep being your peculiar self. I'll talk to you later. Peace out.